What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp. It's Thursday. And I'm not going to give you an introduction. I think Ariel Helwani did enough of that on Monday, Matt. As you take a big drink. He gave you one hell of an intro in the MMA hour.
He sure did. He gave me
Top flight
two-thirds.
guy.
He gave me 2/3 of the MMA hour.
He gave you quite a bit. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's longer than an hour. It goes like 4 or 5 hours, but yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's a long-ass show, man.
No, I had no idea. I had no idea it was that long.
It's pretty oblivious of you, Matt.
Well, it says, oblivious. It says MMA hour.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, what? You'd never ever watch the shows you're on? Probably not.
I definitely don't. I haven't even watched season 7 of The Ultimate Fighter yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you didn't watch it as it happened or anything?
Well, when I lived it happened.
Yeah, but I mean,
I did not watch it on TV.
To see how they portrayed you or anything? You weren't a little bit curious?
No, most people told me how I was portrayed. It was okay. It was good.
How did you think you were portrayed? Well?
Yeah, it was all right. The thing is, they could have did me a lot dirtier. So, because I was out of control. I was like 22 or 21 in a mansion in Vegas getting wasted, living with like 15 other cage fighters, breaking stuff.
Here's a funny story. Maybe not funny, but a story. My cousin is a casual MMA and pro wrestling fan, right? Casual. He finds out I'm doing a show with you, and he said, how's he going to be able to get into the WWE after that video? And I was like, what video? And he was like, it's a video of him smashing bottles over somebody's head.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what? What are you talking about? So he pulls up this video that looks like it was filmed in 1994 on like the Game Boy camera.
2004 cell phone camera.
Yeah. And I was like, you need to get up on the times. He's done way worse shit since then.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a good time. I used to do that all the time in college. Break bottles over people's heads, break bottle over my head. You know, just a good time.
Who didn't?
Exactly.
Breaking a bottle or two. But that was back in potato quality days of cameras. So, I mean, you could easily just say, I didn't do that shit.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. It was deniable.
Did you get your degree in college?
No.
I didn't either. I got a full-time job, and I pieced out.
But what is it? But when you look them up, I'm one of their, like, honorary mentions.
You know what? I bet. Oh, where'd you go to college at?
East Stroudsburg University.
I'm guaranteeing you they'll give you an honorary degree one day.
You know what? I'm hoping one day I become King of Bros, launches off 100%, and I become a real entrepreneur, and they just give me like a business degree.
It's possible. They do
like
that shit.
Like a kinesiology and business.
No.
They give me both and just be like, yes.
Because you put people to sleep? Is that why?
Yeah.
Hey. I think we're onto something here.
Huh?
I think we're onto something.
That's right.
I didn't know that. How long were you in school?
2 years. Well, like 2.5. Because I went for 2 years, and then I pursued my mixed martial arts career, and then I started going back to school about like 8 months after I started doing jiu-jitsu, but I also like tried out for the Ultimate Fighter when I started going back to school, and then the UFC called, and I was like, well.
So that was for you. That was your fuck this, I'm out situation.
Well, I already left school because like what happened with my college coach and all that stuff. Like he was released, and a bunch of us lost our scholarships and stuff like that. So like I was already in that boat. So to go back was already like whatever. And then when I was still training and I got a call to go fight in Vegas or continue to go to East Stroudsburg University, you know, the decision was easy.
You got to prioritize, man. I mean, I was taking classes as recently as last year, and then when I got this job, I was like, I'm gonna worry about this, not that.
I looked at it like this: worst case scenario is I can always go back to college. I can't always go back to a job with the UFC.
That's very true.
Or even like,
especially now.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You'd be shocked.
I probably would. Oh, I don't doubt that you could get fights, Matt. I'm not doubting that at all. And I especially don't doubt that the UFC.
I could probably shock you by the end of the day if I wanted to.
You wouldn't shock me. I think if you contacted a Bellator MMA right now, you would.
Or somewhere.
I know. But I don't doubt that if you called Scott Coker right now, I think that you would have a fight booked by next week if you wanted it. I'm dead serious. I'm not bullshitting. I know you could.
I don't know. The other guy that does the podcast here with the nice hair.
Elias.
I mean, that guy's a stallion,
Yep.
I know there's a lot of premium talent out on the market these days.
We also have Frank Trigg, who does a podcast. He has no hair to speak of.
He doesn't have hair, but he's a veteran in the game. He's like I'm not gonna say he's like a Dan Severn, but but he's a legend. He's up there, He's put his time.
He's technically in the UFC Hall of Fame for that fight. Like, he's able to list that, so that's kind of cool. Also, your boy Sean Pearson, he's on the podcast network. He ain't got a fucking hair to speak of.
He can't even grow facial hair, I heard.
Yeah, he can. He's got a beard.
No, I'm kidding. I know.
He can't. He physically can't.
He just can't. I won't let him. I won't let him. No.
That looks like he didn't let you.
I know.
He won the fight.
I didn't let him grow hair.
Technically, Sean Pearson is the Fightful.com pound for pound king right now.
He is.
You gotta get that win back.
He can have it.
Gotta give him that receipt, as you say. You gotta pay him back.
Yeah, I mean, I really should. Out of principles.
Maybe we can set up a grappling match.
We should. I don't know. I feel like, I'm not trying to start anything, but I feel like he's getting older,
He is. He's like 40.
I know. Like, when we fought, I was still a young pup. I was like 24. You
hadn't gotten your grown man strength yet either.
Yeah, I was 24 when we fought.
He's actually 41.
I didn't even know what I was doing when we fought.
So you were on Ariel's show. What was that like? I mean, I know that you'd been on there before. Obviously, you'd been on there before because it kicked up some shit.
Yeah. Life-changing opportunity, MMA hour. No. It was fun. Mr. Helwani's a good time. He's nice enough. No, he came out to the AIW show. Yeah, he came out to the AIW show a while ago. So good guy.
Speaking of good guys, Dan Severn talked a little bit about you.
Better not be talking shit, or I'll kick his ass. No, I'm kidding.
Again. He said, "Did I really know anything about Matt Riddle? No, but I asked a couple of questions about him, knowing he was a former MMA competitor. I guess he's a new star that's rising quickly." He said, "There are things that can transpire between him and I that cannot transpire with a normal wrestler that basically does professional wrestling type things. The fans that come out to watch the match itself, they saw a lot of moonsaults, clotheslines, and body slams, but they didn't see that kind of stuff in our match. They actually saw some ground wrestling, which very few professional wrestlers would be able to show. We showed legitimate amateur wrestling, freestyle wrestling, Greco techniques. I think the kid's going to pick it up, Matt. I think this Dan Severn kid's going places."
Dan Severn realizes the years of shoot fighting could actually be used for something.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's all how you use it. It's the facials. It's what you do. But somebody like Dan Severn, like even now, could probably get some big matches in like Japan.
Yes.
You know.
Oh yeah. When I saw
I'll be
Matt
honest.
Riddle,
I'll be honest. Matt Riddle should be getting big matches in Japan. This is ridiculous at this point.
do you ever get offers? Like, what's the deal? Why are you getting offers?
Nobody from Japan. Nobody from that area of the world is even talking to me. I don't know. I must have offended somebody.
Have you tried?
No, but I haven't had to try yet, really. So, so it's not really.
Jesus.
I'm not a beggar. I don't beg for stuff. You know, I'm not saying you have to like shove it in my face, but I'm not gonna be like assume I deserve it. You know, you gotta present it to me.
Which you say is you're wearing a shirt with your own name on it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it works like that.
This opportunity was presented to me.
That's what I was getting at, man.
And speaking of which, you know, if you want to buy the
that shirt,
want the shirt, you can go to suplex.com, I believe. Suplex.
I love that shirt. It's a pretty badass shirt, man.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
It's not a your boy shirt. Now, don't get me wrong.
I don't have your boy shirt on right now. I wore that to the gym the other day.
Oh, did you?
I did. I was actually at a newer gym and nobody talked to me and I kept getting weird looks. And I was like, it's probably because I'm wearing the your boy shirt. Plus I had the cornrows in. So I just like looked like a real piece of trash, you know.
You probably did.
Yeah, I do, Jesus. Man. You've seen me in person.
Yeah, you're a pretty piece of trash guy in person. So, I mean, hey, what can we do there? Did you see the new cover that Graham Williams made?
The one with the Nintendo?
The Golden Eye?
Golden Bro.
Golden Bro.
Is it Golden Bro or Brolden Eye?
I think it's Brolden Eye. Let me check.
It's good.
It's good as is tradition.
I like how you're like you look like Dr. Evil.
Hell yeah, I do. With the cat? Good. I've got cats, man. Yeah, it's Brolden Eye. Double Bro 7. Nice. Little. Oh wow. There's the little details, right? The little details that Graham throws in there that I'm just noticing. On the side where the Rumble Pack is supposed to be, it says designed for the
N64. Saw that.
Yeah. The N64 your boy pack designed for 1 through 4 stallions. This dude's the legend. By Vanware, of course. Jimmy Vans, the owner of Fightful.com. Well played. Well played.
So good. It's so good.
There's something I wanted to ask you about.
He's a cerebral assassin. He is with those covers.
He is. There was a guy, I wish I remember who it was. He was tweeting some like behind the scenes facts about the Janela spring break show. One of which was like that Gilberg was supposed to be in the clusterfuck but got drunk and didn't show up. And the other was that Dink the Clown was a nightmare to deal with. Did you experience any of this stuff there?
Well, I didn't deal with Dink the Clown. I didn't even think that was the real Dink the Clown.
Yeah, it's him, I think.
Because if you look at the name, it said Evil Dink. So I think it was a different Dink.
No,
if it is,
they revealed he was the 3rd highest paid person on the show, too.
I know I was probably one of the lowest paid people on the show.
Why?
Because I don't want to say anything bad.
Did you get paid more than Glacier? You muted yourself, Matt. I'll carry this until Matt repairs his audio, of course. I don't know what he did. Nope. Still no audio. But yeah, there were some tweets that came out, and they were telling like behind the scenes stories of this Joey Janela's spring break show. And one of which was that Dink the Clown was a nightmare to deal with, and that he ended up being the third highest paid person on the show. And that Gilberg was supposed to be in the clusterfuck, but got drunk with Barry Hardy and couldn't make it. Matt, try to exit out and then rejoin the link and see if that helps. I'll read off some of those tweets. Also, they didn't know that Ethan Page's lackeys were going to be there too. And one of the guys thought that Ethan Page was going into business for himself based on a miscommunication. That sounds like wonderful / confusing. And I guess all this came together in the last few hours, really. They even sent a guy to Lowe's to buy as many doors as they possibly could get with like $400, and then couldn't fit any in the transportation that they had brought, so they had to wheel them across the half-mile parking lot. Now I can hear you, Matt.
Can you?
Yeah. Do you think you got paid more than Glacier?
Probably not. Probably not. And like I said, I'm not trying to put anybody down or anything, but I could have sworn I was supposed to get paid one thing and I got paid another thing.
Really?
And and in the commotion of having like 7 shows in one weekend and running a seminar and doing everything else and entertaining the wife and selling merch, I just, didn't have time to really,
Was she there with you?
She was.
Did she like it?
Yes, she did.
Good time. So, I mean, that was a hell of a schedule. Now, speaking of, I mean, that was the Joey Janela show. I'm sure you've seen the Joey Janela tweet since then.
What, since the show?
Trashing you, Matt.
Oh, yeah, something about a 15-minute match.
Here's what he says. He goes, in all honesty, I 100% believe that I'm better than Matt Riddle. Sorry if you don't agree. Now, you all have a match scheduled, yeah?
I guess. I think so. I think we're wrestling for Beyond, but I'm not wrestling for Beyond for like at least a couple months.
He says, you have a better chance of seeing me die in a ring than see Matt Riddle work a match past 15 minutes, which was interesting because you worked a 17-minute match like a week and a half ago. But
I wrestled Elgin. Well, I was gonna say I wrestled Elgin the other day, but that match was only like 15 minutes.
But it was over 15 minutes. And then he says, pro wrestling was my first choice. MMA wasn't. What are your feelings? Let's talk, Matt. What's up? How do you feel?
It's okay. Some people can get more done in 15 minutes than some people can their entire lives. So it's just one of those things, guys like Joey Janela can try all they want, but they'll never be, Matt Riddle. We're on the same level.
15 minutes. Could you go 15 minutes every match if you wanted to?
I could go 20, 30, 40 minutes if I wanted to. I can go 5 minutes if I want to.
40 minutes, huh? 40 minutes. Yeah. What's the longest match you've had?
I think the longest I've had is like, I don't know, that 6-man was pretty long.
Yeah, it was like 28 minutes, 28, 29 minutes.
So I was in there from start to finish.
Sounds like you could get it done. I mean, you had a long match with Shibata too.
No, that was 15. That was like 15 or so.
I think it was over 15.
Hey, but you know what, man?
What?
Sometimes you don't need to go to 20, 25 minutes. Some people don't need all that malarkey in between. And, if you're the main event, it's one thing. But, like, if you're, like, the center of the card and you end up having one of those, like, 30-minute matches, it kind of kills it for the rest of the card. So
it's true.
It's very true.
You went 15-51 with Walter at WXW. So there's one. You went, let's see, 15 minutes and 12 seconds with Shibata. So that's over 15 minutes.
Joey Janela needs to do his homework.
18 minutes with the Young Bucks, 1847, so pretty much 19. You went 15:52 with Corey Hollis. You went 17:28 with Christopher Hero. You went 17 minutes at PWG, but that was a big multi-man match. You went 16 with Kyle O'Reilly, 16:46 with Timothy Thatcher, 19:28 with Jimmy Rave, another 15 and a half with Corey Hollis. Those were back-to-back days, mind you. 15:43, Tommaso Ciampa. 18:08, Roderick Strong. I'm just stopping here. I think my point's been proven.
Like I said, Joey Janela really did not do his homework. You know, I will say this. Joey Janela's Spring Break, fantastic card. I got to wrestle Dan Severn. So I can't take too much away. So like if he wants to talk a little trash, I'll let him. You know,
it was a very fun card. It was one of the most fun cards that I watched WrestleMania week, without a doubt. Like
now that you bring up the Gilberg fact, I really wish Gilberg would have been there. Because I know,
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess he just got trashed and didn't show up. How many beers do you think it took Gilberg to get fucked up?
You know, I don't even know how many beers it takes to get Gilbert. You can't have that many. But you know, it's sad to me that we're all grown adults and like he had an obligation and and the thing is you could show up to Joey Janela's Spring Break with a couple beers on your breath and be fine.
Yeah, that's very true.
Nobody
it's in the spirit of the event.
Nobody was expecting him to work a 15-minute barn burner of a match and be like, "You better."
Well, it's a good thing he wasn't booked against you then.
No.
That's who he needs to be booked against.
Well, no, if he was booked against me, well, that's him getting taught a lesson. If he's booked against me, because I'm gonna hurt him, you know. But like he could have done the clusterfuck with ease.
He could have drank the beers on the way to the ring.
Yeah, it would have been like
the spirit of the show.
He could have done the Stone Cold Gilbert combo. Probably would have got so over. He would have sold out of merch. The amount of money he didn't make because he needed to drink a couple beers is pretty sad.
I agree. I mean, like, Janela or whoever was responsible was nice enough to book the dude. I get the feeling the guy ain't getting a lot of bookings these days.
Well, no, I guarantee his rate's insane because he worked in the WWE, so he expects something similar. And it's Gilberg. It's like, yeah, he'll pop a crab, but it's like, it's Gilberg.
Yeah, and the show did not suffer whatsoever by not having him.
No. I'll be honest, just the attitude of the show, it wasn't going to suffer one bit. It was Joey Janela's Spring Break, you know. It was a good time.
And I mean, I think that would have only helped out Gilberg had he shown up, because there ain't a whole lot of interest in Gilberg now. Like, I mean, you know, he had the Goldberg run. His time to get bookings is pretty much up for a while. Even if he can. I think he doesn't work anymore, but I mean, he doesn't have to work. He just does like little appearances. But I mean, that match, that show outside of WWE and NXT had the most buzz around it than any show we covered personally throughout WrestleMania week. So that's a loss on him. That's unprofessional. And I mean, I know a lot of people will point at it and say, Gilberg, who cares? You're right. It's extremely fucking unprofessional.
He was
booked.
He was booked.
Damn. He was booked. Damn. Somebody says Corey Hollis got destroyed on NXT last night. Bet it didn't take him 15 minutes, Matt. What's up with that? Took you a lot longer.
Hey, you know, that's why
you're starting to not fall for it when I try to bait you into shit, Matt. I don't like it.
You know what it is? You know, they don't like 5-star matches all the time at NXT.
It's true. You never buy what I'm selling anymore, Matt. I can't get you.
I'm sorry.
Makes me sad. It makes me sad.
I'll try to bite onto it one of these times.
Did you hear about Towelgate, Matt?
Towelgate.
Towel 7.
I don't know what that
conspiracy is. Last week, UFC 210 was going down. Anthony Rumble Johnson, Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier strolls out. He weighs in. He misses weight by 1.2 pounds. He's butt-ass naked. Unfortunately, my videographer got his ass all over the video. I had to edit that shit out. He comes back 2.5 minutes later, and he makes weight. And when he does it, he's like kind of leaning a little bit on the towel that's being held up. Now, that's an old fucking trick. I mean, that's the oldest trick in the scroll. I mean, go over to your scale, put a couple fingers on the wall or a window or a towel or anything. It's going to take a little bit off.
Is that what he did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what he did. And the commission didn't do a damn thing. You think that's a little fucking weird?
Well, if he actually did it, I think it's weird.
I'll pull up a picture. I'll get you a picture here. It didn't stop getting weird there, because during the fight, Anthony Rumble Johnson, who has arguably the most knockout power of any light heavyweight ever, maybe, wrestled with Daniel Cormier and threw a bunch of head kicks. And one of the head kicks landed, but he tried to wrestle Daniel Cormier. He took him down a couple times, but Cormier got right back up. Then immediately after the fight, after Daniel Cormier submits him, Rumble Johnson's like, yeah, I'm retiring. See you guys later. Were you surprised to hear, or have you even heard that Anthony Rumble Johnson retired?
I heard he retired and he's getting into something else. Is that what he said?
Yeah, supposedly something football related.
Oh. Okay. I thought I was going to try to get into the pro wrestling industry.
He could. He probably could.
Could. Then again, he just dropped a fight to DC. And all I know is, all I'm going to say is this. I beat John Jones in high school. John Jones beat Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier is the champion. Needless to say, Matt Riddle, as you can see, all these belts, the New York State title, the Ambition title, everything I've done. I'm basically the light heavyweight champion of the world.
Let's just approach it. Hold on one second. Let me make sure that my information is correct. But a couple weeks ago, you fought a man by the name of Dan Severn.
Dan Severn beat Forrest Griffin.
It's even more than that. It's more than that. Yes, Dan Severn was, technically Mark Coleman unified the title when he beat Dan Severn, but Dan Severn was the UFC Super Fight Champion.
I'm the world's new Super Fight Champion.
But you got to beat Mark Coleman. You know what? I bet you could get booked against Mark Coleman. He's done some pro wrestling.
Has he now?
Hasn't in Japan. Like Tim Sylvia, Kevin Randleman did it, but Kevin Randleman probably could have been a...
I wonder if I could talk. I should talk to Gabe and be like, I think, I should go against Mark Coleman.
For the Super Fight Championship. That would be hilarious.
And then after I beat Mark Coleman, I should defend it against Ken Shamrock.
You could get that. I know that's a booking that could happen.
I hope so. That was talked about to be the original booking for the spring break show.
What happened?
I don't know.
I mean, he could just keep bringing in former UFC guys. Tim Sylvia has done some pro wrestling. Hey, Josh Barnett's taking bookings. That could be a fun one.
I saw that. Josh Barnett's wrestling Jeff Cobb I saw pretty soon.
Man, that's going to be a hoss battle. That's going to be a hoss battle.
Well, I know they train together and do stuff like that. So.
Do they?
Well, wrestling. What do they call catch wrestling?
Of course, I love catch wrestling. What the hell is that? Catch wrestling. What the hell is that?
Catch wrestling. Well, no, I don't call what I do catch wrestling. I call what I do sport wrestling. because it's more of a sport. You know,
catch wrestling's a sport too.
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't.
I think catch wrestling would probably be much more popular if it in the Olympic style, or if they just added it, than what goes on now. If you add submissions, I think that opens up a whole new viewership to like Olympic wrestling. Now,
yeah.
I'm not saying they should get rid of freestyle or Greco or anything like that, but I think that adding submissions, I think that would open up a lot of.
I think they should.
Well, it would increase youth interest too.
They should do a no-gi tournaments.
Yep.
And it should be like, and they should do like 3-minute rounds, like neutral. One guy chooses, like guard, top, like side control or like neutral or whatever, Be sick.
Do you follow much like competitive grappling, anything like that?
No, I don't know. I don't follow it. Like, I know a lot of people, and I've grappled a lot of people that are competitive grapplers and still grapple competitively. But I mean, I don't follow. Like, I feel like it's impossible to follow, and the reason being is there's so much going on, and the competition is very close. It's not like one, so like, especially in different divisions and all that. So it's like, to try to stay on top of it's ridiculous unless you're doing it, and then you want to stay on top of it.
Is there a certain rule set you've seen that you think works best? Because, I mean, one of the reasons pro wrestling came to be pro wrestling is because the legitimate style of pro wrestling that was happening prior, the matches would go five hours, and people didn't want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it were you in there, no longer than 15 minutes, but.
Hey, but I could go 5 hours. I grapple with everybody. I grapple with everybody at my seminars for like a minute or so a piece, and there's usually like 40 people there, so it's 40 minutes.
Seminars seem like a good haul. Is that a good payday for you?
It is. I don't get the full gate at the door.
Yeah. Because
But,
like Evolve promotes it and like you get a share?
Well, this last time, like me and Tracy Williams ran the physical part, and Stokely Hathaway did like a marketing and promoting part. Gabe did a part where he talked about networking and stuff, and then Regal was there too, and he did like a Q&A. So it was a pretty, and everybody had a tryout match as well. So I don't know. I feel like I did a big part of it, but I still was like a little part of it. You know what I'm saying?
When you got into wrestling, like I know a lot of the guys from our gym that had trained catch wrestling for a long time. They had a lot of the fundamentals already from break falls and learning how to roll and stuff. Did you already have that?
What do you mean break falls?
Basically learning how to fall side, front, back, learning to roll through.
Yeah, you get thrown enough, and yeah, you know how to fall. I know how to brace myself. I know how to land flat. I wrestle barefoot, bro.
Oh, surprise, surprise, Matt Riddle. You want to pop up and shock me by wearing a shirt with my face on it? Look who's here. It's Stokely Hathaway.
What's up, Riddle? How's it going, bro?
Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Hey, that's a nice belt, man. That's a nice belt. Hey, I just want to say I hope you're 100% for next weekend because you should be, because, you're going to be wrestling the best.
I am. I know. I got Tim next week.
Yeah. So, listen, do me a favor. Take care of that belt. Shine it up, make it look nice. So at the end of the night, you can present it to me. I'll pass it on to Tim, and we can celebrate. All right?
I can't believe it. Stokely Hathaway invading the Brocast. This is blowing my mind.
You all right? You good? Good?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying to comprehend.
Matt got hot at me.
With this, Sean?
Matt got hot at me because a couple weeks ago I said Trent Seven was going to beat him, so I had to have somebody else on the show that would tell him he's going to lose. Maybe he can be hot at Stokely Hathaway. How's this going to work, Stokely?
Hey, listen, I'm the middleman. I'm just passing the message. That's all. So, it's no need to get mad at me. I'm just saying.
I am speechless. I've been blindsided.
On your own show, man.
I come to my place of employment, and this and Stokely Hathaway threatens my title.
You know what?
How many belts do you have?
I have a lot. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at this catch wrestling, sport wrestling, MMA.
Is Timothy Thatcher going to come for all of them? That's what I want to know. Is Timothy Thatcher going to come for every one of those titles, including the Naga Championship that Matt has over there?
Ooh.
We're going to start with the WWE Championship first. All right? We're going to start with that one first.
Keep it simple. It's the biggest title out of all of them. The WWN Super title. It's a title that reigns over all other titles.
That's true. It's a super title. So
I'll be honest. I love the Atlas title, but that's only a title for heavyweights. You can't even wrestle me unless you're over 205. But this title, anybody can wrestle me for it from anywhere. It's crazy.
Anywhere.
Well,
How much does Timothy Thatcher weigh?
He's like 230.
I don't know. I'm thinking a good. Oh shit! I was about to say 220.
I know.
Giving him some credit.
I know Tim's stats. You might walk him out to the ring, but when it comes to brass tacks, I know everything about Tim.
Listen. I do more than walk Tim to the ring. I handle contract negotiations. I handle all the backstage shit. So, I just don't know how much he weighs. Like, that's not. Where's the Bobby Brown? That's not my prerogative. You know what I mean?
I hear you, bro. I hear you. I completely understand. That is not. That's my prerogative.
Matt has been shook. Matt doesn't know what to do.
I've never been shook.
That's the perfect word. Shook. Well, I would say shook as fuck.
I am shook as fuck.
Shook as fuck.
Stokely's on. You just have Stokely on my 55-inch flatty right there. Timothy Thatcher's challenging me for my belt. I just won this thing. Drew Galloway pile drove me through a table before he went to NXT. This is crazy. Things are crazy.
Hey man, you have a target on your back. So this is just the beginning.
And this is why, I wanted the belts, but I knew if I got the belts, everybody was gonna come after me.
And even on your own podcast, this is now the Hathaway Stokecast, not the Matt Riddle Brocast.
It's the Brockley cast, if anything.
Listen. I don't know about that. But I gotta run. But I just want to chime in and say I hope you're ready for next Saturday, bro.
I'm ready, bro. Bring it.
All right,
Stokely. Thanks for joining us, Stokely.
No problem. See you guys soon.
Matt.
Bro.
I guess you're not the only one who can surprise people on this podcast, huh?
Bro, you're just. You know what? I'll give you this. If I was a teacher, I'm giving you a plus. You're really you're doing your extra work. And, it's appreciated. That was nice. That was a nice surprise.
When I don't shoot the shit with you and try to conjure headlines out of you for an hour, I'm a fucking journalist, Matt. I do my work. I talk to people.
Now I'm concerned. Now I'm worried Tim might beat me. You might be talking, you got Stokely on, you're talking to the Dream Team. Maybe you've been speaking to Gabe,
Gabe follows me on Twitter.
So now I don't even know. Now, I feel like my Brocast isn't a safe place. I thought we were in the tree of trust. And
not anymore. No.
Not anymore. I thought I could really open up on this thing.
You and my boss conspired against me to do a shirt reveal. Conspired.
You get sales? Do you get revenue from those shirts?
I do, but I donate it. So. Yeah. I'm a gentleman. I mean, I get a salary for doing this show anyway. I mean, this is my job.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean,
yeah. It's gonna be funny when Timothy Thatcher kicks down your door upstairs there, and I've actually I've given him your address, and he attacks you on the Brocast.
Tim Thatcher's a strong fella. I mean, I got the door locked, but
I think he's breaking through that door. I'm not trying to shit on the construction of your house or anything. It's no slight against your house.
Tim,
you got a beautiful home.
Tim could break into any home. Tim looks like he breaks into homes sometimes.
He does look like a
scary man. He's a scary man.
I would expect him, if he were to break into homes, he'd probably do it in his gear.
I would expect him to do it in his street clothes. He usually wears a pair of navy blue Dickies pants, construction boots, a black t-shirt, and a black hat that says Tool.
That sounds like the kind of person that would break into your house.
And then the guy can work one hell of a chin lock.
Fun fact, did you know that there is a member of Tool who is actually a subscriber to our site?
I'm not shocked. He's a member of Tool.
Who, him?
Him, or just he listens to Tool?
No, a member of the band, Tool.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Some wrestling fans in there.
Okay.
So,
what a fucking mark. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh Jesus. Mark has gone from like a term of like offense. I think it's a funny fucking term now.
It's dude, for anybody that like, well, it depends. Like, it depends on how you say it. It's like asshole, you know, or shithead. You know, if you say like shithead, it's like, oh, that's not cool. But if you're like, you shithead, asshole,
fucking Mark.
You fucking Mark, but you're like, you Mark. You're like, ew, Mark.
I had a question for you. Did you wrestle low key last weekend?
No, I wrestled much.
What happened?
It was never booked. I don't know. I had a text. I had a text message that said that, but then when I saw the match advertised, it was Elgin, which I'm still very pleased with. You know, Michael Elgin and me, we stole the show. We got both these guys. This is awesome. Every chain you can think of.
You fucking Mark.
Bro.
So, I mean, well, no, and again, no slight to Michael Elgin, but I mean, you were planning on taking the weekend off before you were told, hey, you'll wrestle low key. Did that bum you out a little bit?
No slight to Michael Elgin. He wrestled more matches WrestleMania weekend than me. And then,
he's a machine.
And then he wrestled Thursday, Friday, then wrestled me Saturday, and then had to do a seminar Sunday.
Stokely Hathaway's on Twitter talking trash. He says Riddle was shook.
I was fucking shook.
Hashtag shook as fuck.
Dude, I'll be honest. You know what I felt like? The Rock and John Cena when John Cena called out The Rock for having his shit written down on his hand. I was like, what? This is on my turf. This is my safe spot. This is my TV. Why is your face on it, Stokely? I don't watch your work.
I gotta keep you. Gotta keep you on your toes, Matt. Sometimes you know what?
You know what though? I think I might have a little surprise for Stokely because I think, or maybe I don't know. Does he still wrestle for Chikara?
I don't know. I don't watch Chikara.
Well, if he goes there, I might be seeing him because I think I'm gonna stop by there and beat some people up.
What you doing this weekend, Matt?
This weekend is Easter weekend. I'm doing nothing. Actually, the wife and the kids and the mother-in-law, they all just left and went to Boston for the weekend. They're doing the Boston Marathon. I don't have any bookings that I know of. I don't plan on going anywhere. I have some housework I need to get done. There's a broken stair on my staircase that needs to be replaced. and some other things. I already removed the ceiling. You know, I've been doing lots of work. I'm going to probably paint some walls, you know.
Man, home improvement shit just never ends, does it?
No, well, not when you move into an older house. Like when I lived in the newer house in Vegas, the one I sold, that house was super, like it was brand new. It was built in 2012.
Yeah.
You know? It's like it's only 5 years old this year. And that's pretty.
You have a rare weekend off. Are the kids going to be with you, or they go up too?
They went because the mother-in-law's in town and she never sees them.
Nice.
Just me.
Are you just gonna party? Party?
That's what everybody's like. Are you just gonna party? But this is like my only time I can actually get stuff done. So it's either I'm gonna like not get anything done and party,
yeah,
or I'm gonna get stuff done and be a responsible adult.
Guys, head over to kingofbros.com, get that Matt Riddle merch. If you want to go to the gym, wear some cornrows and a your boy shirt, head over to prowrestlingtees.com/Fightful. Matt, It was a fun time. I told you in a text message, I said, I'm bringing the fun. I tried to warn you.
You really brought it today. You really brought it. It really makes I'm gonna see how I can personally attack you next week.
Well, what else can you do? What else can you do, really? You tried to shit on my Impaler DDT. Somebody sent you a video. You admitted, okay, it was pretty damn good. Once you've attacked my Impaler DDT, what more do you have?
I like how like you just put yourself over. Like I saw it and I was like, oh, it's pretty damn.
I'm brilliant. No, you said it was the best Impaler DDT you have ever seen a podcast host do.
Yeah. I'll give you that. But how many podcast hosts do you know Impaler DDTs?
How many podcast hosts have the balls to do one? One. You guys register for free at Fightful.com. Get early access to shows like this, the show with Shane Helms. And of course, check out all of our great podcasts, Frank Trigg, Sean Pearson, Elias Theodoru, Showdown Joe.
Do all those guys have these belts?
No, I don't know if any of them have any championships.
I'll be honest. I am killing the game, though. Not to just put myself over before the show ends. But I got these belts. I got trophies. I'm sponsored by Suplex.
I do think that Shane Helms is in an X Division title match soon, though.
Oh, snap.
Or yeah, maybe tonight.
Whoa.
Guys, follow Matt at what? Super King of Bros?
Super King of Bros but that's Twitter. And then you can also follow me at Riddle Bro at on Instagram. And you can also find me on Facebook. Matthew Riddle. There you go.
Guys, we are out.